another D3+1 bat rep, 1250 points, Eldar versus New Tau. Eldar being led by Eldrad. There are 5-man squad of Rangers with the Pathfinder upgrade, 10 Guardians, and the weapon platform is a missile launcher. 3 squads of Guardian jet bikes, each one has a shuriken cannon, 1 each. There are
You said 3 squads of Guardian jet bikes.
3 squads, yeah.
2 squads of 3. You're not having any invisible bikes this time.
I want invisible bikes. 3 wall walkers, all armed with scatter lasers. And there are 6 warp spiders and an X-Arch. 2 of them are actually Dark Reapers, but never mind. The X-Arch has double Death Spinners as well. We have Fire Prism, just as it comes. And there are 7 Harlequins, one of which is a Shadow Seer, one of which is a Troop Master. Troop Master has a Power Sword, and all the Harlequins have Harlequin's Kisses.
Mwah. Here we have 1250 points of New Tau. It's pretty much the same list as the last time except with 1 addition, but I'll go through it again because I forgot some stuff that time. I'm being led by Kadri Fireblade with 2 shield drones with him. He's going to be attached to a squad of 9 fire warriors with no upgrades at all. We have a 9 fire warrior squad here with bonding knives, a Sashui upgrade and 2 shield drones. Then a 6-man squad with bonding knives, a Sashui and 2 shield drones as well, and that's my troops. We have 2 squads of 5 Pathfinders, 1 each has an ion rifle, they have bonding knives, and 1 squad has the pulse accelerator drone just to give them a bit more range. Next, we go here then. Sniper drone team, just for the fun. Drone controller and 6 sniper drones. We then have the, would you like some missiles with your missiles while I fire missiles at your broadside again? So he's got twin-linked high-yield missile pods, twin-linked smart missile pods, a seeker missile, and 2 missile drones, and I gave him a shield generator. And finally, we have 2 Riptides. So let's go with this one, the one I used in the game before. So he has an ion accelerator, 2 shielded missile drones. I gave him early warning override, and I forgot to mention in the other battle report, he comes as standard with a twin-linked smart missile system. So the other addition is another Riptide. This one comes with his heavy burst cannon as standard. He has swapped out his missiles for twin-linked fusion blasters. He has a stimulant injector to give him feel no pain, and 1 shielded missile drone because that's all I had the points for. And because I had 5 points kicking about, I gave him counter fire defense system. Sorry.
Okay, so we have deployed with Eldar going first. This is Big Guns Never Tire. We've got deployment type Hammer and Anvil. Night fighting is on. All scout moves have been made. We've got 4 objectives for the one here,
Which isn't claimed. One there that is. Do you
one
want to
over
roll
there,
for that
which
now?
is. I will.
Or will I roll? Or you got that?
I'll roll that. That is a 1. It's Sabotage.
It's the one that explodes.
Oh dear.
I think. So,
Yes, it is.
Okay, so my
That's
two
the one that at the end of the turn in which the objective was identified, and at every end of turn thereafter, roll a d6. On a 1, it explodes. It's a large blast template over the objective. Units suffer a number of strength 4 AP hits.
So technically, we should have technically had our first turns before doing that, so you don't need to do it until the end of your first
End
turn.
of the first turn.
Yeah, so I've got one hidden in this building here. It's a 6, is that the grav wave thing?
That's the graph wave
Okay,
generator.
and then
Any
the one-
unit attempting to charge a unit and control this objective halves its charge range.
Okay, and the one held by the snipers, because snipers are heavy and big guns never tire. 2.
Is nothing of note.
Hooray! Oh, and now I'm going to try and steal initiative, is what I'm going to do. Damn.
So, Eldar, turn 1. Okay, end of Eldar turn 1. The Harlequins moved up and ran. The Walkers moved up here. Fire Prism cut along over there. Guardians moved up to claim that objective. Eldrad cast Fortune and Guide on the Pathfinders, and he cast Fortune on the Guardians. The Guardians shot their missile launcher over into the Pathfinders.
Pathfinders, yeah, on the top floor.
Didn't hit, it scattered way off.
Yep.
The Prism Cannon shot over into the Riptide there, and
Riptide number 1.
managed to make his save. It's a vulnerable save against that.
Yep, 5+.
The 3 Walkers over here fired all their scatter lasers into the squad of
Fire
Fire Warriors there. I took out the 2 drones and 2 Fire Warriors.
Their morale held.
The morale
Barely. I got exactly enough.
just held. And the Pathfinders up here fired their snipers into Mr. Feel No Pain Riptide.
Yes.
And I managed to take off 1 wound.
So he's down to 4.
So he is now down to 4.
Okay, at the end of the first Tau turn. I'm still getting used to saying Tau. I was going to say Space Marines there. Let's see what happened. Pretty much, I used both Pathfinder squads to marker light the Harlequins. I think I did 5 marker lights in total, though in the end I only needed 1.
3. You
that's
ignore
right.
cover,
Yeah.
and 1 to increase BS.
So I used 1 to increase the BS of the broadside. He then promptly fired all his missiles and the missile pods from the drones as well with 1 + 1 BS. Did most of the work. In fact, did he do all the work?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. The snipers fired to absolutely no effect because they could only see the walkers, unfortunately. These 2 squads of fire warriors down here did absolutely nothing. So did that squad. My troops did nothing. The Riptide over here, he moved up roughly here-ish and he fired at the Rangers with his smart missiles, so he didn't require line of sight for those, and he managed to kill 2 because they also ignore cover and are high enough AP to take out their armour. He then did a jetpack move.
And they made
cover.
their morale.
Oh yes, they made morale. Now the only thing I haven't done in this... Oh, also, I did try to activate his Nova engine and he wounded himself. So he's down to 4. I did, however, activate the Nova engine of this Riptide successfully, and I haven't actually fired with it yet because we wanted to do it on camera. I decided to Nova charge his heavy burst cannon, so it becomes heavy 12, rending, and gets hot. Just for fun, because
12 gets hot rolls.
I
coming
wanted
up.
to see if I kill myself or if I kill the walkers I'm shooting at. So I shall roll down here then. Here we go. 1s or get hots. I see 2 1s.
So he's down to 2 wounds.
No,
on
no,
him.
no,
You
no,
get
no.
your
Get my
armor
saves. Armor saves. I would have to roll another one. So he's fine. Okay, so he is BS 3. So those are misses. So far I'm on 7 hits.
What's the strength?
6.
6. We just checked that. So I needed 4s.
Fours to glance.
But 6s would be rending. Actually, I've just realised it's even more pointless firing a rending shot at a walker. But never, who cares? So what did I need? I needed 4s to
Fours to
glance.
glance.
So I didn't even get any rendings, but I did get 3 pens.
3 pens.
So you get cover because it's night fighting and you're partially obscured.
Actually, well,
So-
what's the distance from
You're in
Right.
5+ because you're partially
Above-
obscured, so it'd be 4+.
above 12 inches? Is that?
Yeah, so you have stealth. So 4. So you protected yourself against 1. No, 2 pens. It might explode.
Oh yeah. Well,
It did not explode. It is immobilized and stunned. Oh no, it's
No,
only got 2. So
all hull
yeah.
points are gone. So
But the plus side is I didn't wound myself, so we'll get another crater for him in a second. Oh yeah, I forgot to say the missile pod with that Riptide. I fired that before we
it
recorded.
didn't
and
explode. So it didn't need a crater.
Yeah, it took out. Oh, that's true. It took out the walker
out,
that
yes.
was missing before we started. So next time I'll try and fire that at a squad of guardians, and then we'll see if it really has some fun.
Okay, end of Eldar turn 2. Road for reserves. The Warp Spiders didn't come in, but both squads of jet bikes did. One squad has kind of moved on into the back of here.
Having a picnic.
Yes, they're having a picnic. The other squad moved, turbo boosted, assault moved, and all sorts of shenanigans all the way up to here. One of the last remaining walker has moved back, shot into the Riptide. I don't
Did
think
one
I got 1 wound from that one walker actually. Yeah.
You rolled very well.
Eldrad did fortune on his squad and on the Fire Prism before it moved over there. This squad of Pathfinders shot into the Riptide, and I think I did wound, but you made your saves. I can't remember specifically.
Something else wounded in. I don't think it was Eldrad. So it must have been the Pathfinders.
Eldrad tried to do Mind War on it.
Yes, it was the Pathfinders that shot down.
And he made a lot of very lucky cover / invulnerable
It was
/
5+
feel no
either
pain.
way, so yeah.
Very lucky. And the Fire Prism shot its small blast at the broadside over there, which he made his save for.
The
which
4+ emblem that I bought for it.
just as well, otherwise he would have been doubled out.
killed pretty much, yeah.
So that was the end of my turn 2.
Okay, the end of the second Tau turn. Most of the action happened over here, so we'll start here. The Riptide bounced over here with his jetpack, so his little missile drone. They fired into the Guardians, killed a few, or 2 or 3, and then had to charge in, unfortunately, because I didn't want to just stand there and take hits or jump back. In the combat, he didn't manage to hurt me. I took out another two Guardians. Their morale held just, even with the minus modifiers. The other Riptide jumped over here, fired into the back of the Fire Prism with support of marker lights. I got a few marker lights on them. Unfortunately, still wasn't able to take it out, so I had to charge into combat with it, and luckily smashed it there using smash attacks, and then consolidated towards that building. Yes, remove that dice. He is dead. Remove the fortune cookies as well. He is not so fortunate anymore. The broadside fired to no effect at the fire prison prior to that. The biggest pain was these jet bikes here. I hoped the snipers would do better than they did. They only managed to kill one of them. In fact, no, I think they missed altogether, and it was
that squad there. Yeah,
it was the firewires that could barely see them.
You
that
missed
took out
every
one.
shot with the sniper drones.
Yeah, sniper drones are probably the weakest part of this army. That, and I forgot to move a couple of my firewire squads who have done nothing for the whole game. Yeah, that's as things stand.
Okay, end of Eldar turn 3. Some interesting things happened here. Eldrad did Mind War on this Riptide and took off 1 wound.
Yep.
The snipers tried to shoot him as well, but we didn't achieve anything there. That one Walker shot into the same Riptide and didn't achieve anything either. Over here, set of jet bikes moved up.
They were originally there.
They were about here and they shot into the drone team up here. Killed 2 of them. They failed their morale check and ran right off the board.
Yeah, that's why the bodies aren't there or technically off the board, so they're in my dead pile in the corner.
Did a little assault move over into the corner. And the other jet bike team down here jumped out, shot into the back of this Riptide and then jumped back in again. And they didn't achieve anything. The combat here, the Riptide is still stuck in combat with these weedy little Guardians.
Go
He
Guardians!
managed to take out 1 more, but they passed their morale check again.
Wait, again.
Yes, again. They are die-hard Guardians. They're going to bring that.
So they've
monster
killed a
out.
monolith and now they're going to kill a Riptide.
Okay, end of the third Tauton turn. Turn?
Town to town, town, town.
It's hard to, I keep on thinking Space Marine. Doesn't matter. Okay, everything down this end of the table had to get rid of those jet bikes, so I marker lit them with that Pathfinder squad and the ones in there that could physically see through the windows. And it was enough for just that 1 squad of firewires to take them out. This squad has done nothing with my HQ in it for the whole game. The broadside moved up, and unfortunately most of his weapons, even though he was not firing anyway because he moved, was just out of range of Eldrad and the Rangers up there, so he did nothing essentially. In this combat, I smushed 2 more Guardians, leaving 1 surviving, whose morale held against all annoying... Anyway, and finally, this Riptide fired into the jet bikes, killed 1 of them. They broke morale and fled back to roughly here-ish. He charged them, killed them both, and then consolidated back to where he is now.
End of Eldar turn 4. Eldar cast Fortune and Guide on his squad here with the Rangers. They shot into... Was it this Riptide or that Riptide? This Riptide.
Yeah, that one.
I don't think I achieved anything there. Did Mind War, didn't achieve anything there either.
You killed one of the...
Oh yeah, sorry. I took out one of the drones.
And his morale held.
And his morale held on that
That
one.
was from Scatter Laser.
Was it? Oh.
Yes.
Yes, the scatter lasers here from
I knew
this...
something did something.
This Walker's scatter lasers also shot it, and that's what took out the
Okay.
1 drone. Over here, that 1 Guardian that was holding up this Riptide for a few rounds of combat finally died. And he's moved on down this way. The Warp Spiders came in, landed in here from a bit of deep strike, mishappen shenanigans, landed here, shot into the broadside and only took out 1 wound. I rolled quite badly for my
Yes, you
hit
did.
rolls.
And I rolled good for my saves.
Then they made their assault move back over there. And that was it. That's it all. Not an awful lot left on the board for the Eldar.
End of Tau turn 4. My firewires jumped up to reclaim this objective that my snipers got pushed off of when they ran away. This firewire squad just moved up a little bit to help the firewire squad under there, and both Pathfinders fire into the Warp Spiders. Thanks to getting a ridiculous number of Markalites and boosting my BS of 1 squad to 7 for fun. 5 of them died, including the Exarch. The 2 survivors, the morale broke, so that's them ran back this far. The broadside snap-fired mostly at the Pathfinders and whiffed spectacularly. This Riptide finished off the Walker just because heavies matter in this game type, so I had to remove it. Wrecked it. And this Riptide fired at everything into Eldrad and the Pathfinders and did nothing.
Hello, still alive.
Hopefully not for long.
Okay, we've So little left on the board. This will be a turn 5 recap, very, very quickly done. Eldrad did Fortune and Guide on his squad here. He tried to Mind War one of the Riptides, this one.
Yes.
Nothing happened. The Pathfinder's shot, I got 1 or 2 AP shots through or something, can't remember how. I got 2 through. One was saved, so that Riptide down to 1 wound. Over here, the Warp Spiders regrouped and they did a little assault move away after rolling snapshots to try and hit the broadside and getting nothing. That was it.
Okay, end of Tau turn 5, which is definitely going to be the last turn of the game because the tabling has happened for the second time. So I'm 2 for 2 with my Tau army, my brand new Tau army. So the Dark Reapers were very difficult to get rid of, and you wouldn't have thought so considering there was only 2 left. Both Pathfinder squads had to fire at them. I got very lucky with my Markalites. I think they had 7 or something in total. This Firewire squad, the other Firewire squad tucked under there, they all had to fire, try not to fall over, with their BS buffed up by the Markalites, and still only did exactly enough wounds in the end. The broadside fired up at the Pathfinders, and thankfully because they were closest, Eldrad was on the far side, the smart missile systems with their cover ignoring AP5 took them out pretty easily. Down here, this Riptide, we decided he couldn't see with the big guns, so he fired his smart missiles and his missile pod fired at Eldrad. Did nothing, couldn't get through his rerollable save. The one thing that mattered though, the Twin Link Fusion Blaster on this Riptide did manage to score a wound, and because it's tough, strength 8 and Eldrad is toughness 4, it insta-killed him. So that gave me the game through tabling, although we've decided now just to add up what the points would have been otherwise.
Line break. You've got Line
I've got
Breaker,
Line
your
Breaker,
first blood,
First
and you've got
Blood.
both objectives,
I
which
had
are.
both my objectives.
And I got 1 heavy down,
I also have Slay the Warlord down.
and you got down 2 of my heavies as well.
You
and Slay the
almost, you
Warlord.
almost got down my other heavy. The broadside almost went down.
That was pretty painful.
Yeah. Losing my sniper drone team to just 2 casualties was a bit sore, but they are very cheap, so it didn't matter.
100 odd points for the size.
103 for the 1 controller and 6 drones that I used. But yeah, they didn't get to do anything, but my rolls with them were very bad.
That's just the Tower Dead pile.
Yeah, that's my dead pile there. Mostly drones, the poor drones, but that's good for the greater good. The drones threw themselves in. But the Riptides pretty much carried that, didn't they? Because my
They are-
fire did nothing.
Obscenely difficult
Oh, I
to deal
forgot to
with.
do in my recap. I tried to activate my accelerator on one of them and put the other one down to 2 wounds.
They are very difficult to deal with.
My Nova,
Very
I mean,
difficult.
that's the word I was looking for. Yeah, but one got tied up in combat with Guardians, so that just shows assault is the way to stop them.
But that was on your part charging me.
I did that
So for
purely
me to be able to
cut
charge
them
you is
fire.
very difficult because of the mobility of them as well. So yeah.
So I suppose next time I use my tail, I'll be facing an army of Melta then.
No, Melta won't do the job either because that doesn't matter. It's just to get through AP.
Or frequency.
You just need
high strength.
high strength. You just need
Insta-kill.
high AP twos.
Mephiston? Force whipping them both to death, it would work. He moves like jump packs if he casts his powers. But you don't have Mephiston.
I don't.
Gee, I wonder what you'll have next.
Mephiston can't join a squad either.
Why not?
He's not an independent character.
Oh, that's weird. You sure?
Yes,
That's,
it's a very big bugbear of
that's
Blood Angel
weird.
type. So he can't join a squad.
Any other? What we should do are most valuable players. Do you want to stop and think about it? Or
Yeah, I know. Mine will be Eldrad for the pure, obscene amount of wounds that he can absorb.
I thought that Guardian.
That one guardian, yeah, but it wasn't just that one. It was a whole squad that absorbed everything. Yours have got to be the 2 Riptides. I mean, they.
Well, I couldn't decide
Pretty
between them,
much.
but I think they both, to be safe, need to have Feel No Pain, because if that one that has it didn't have it, he would be dead now. 'Cause
But in the amount
Feel No
of-
Pain saved him at least once.
The amount of damage that he put out, even for losing, all those wounds, is still pretty high.
Second place would be the Pathfinders, because Markalites are amazingly useful.
With all the wounds and pain and so on the go, they still did both get near dying for 2 of them in 1250 point match, which is not too bad going, but yeah. If I was to go up against them with Eldar again
Yeah.
before the new codex,
Yeah.
I would probably need more Rangers. I would probably bring Dark Reapers to basically start killing off and making your troops run away. I would probably switch out scatter lasers maybe for star cannons on my walkers.
I think if I was bringing my Chaos against this list, I would have to have more Chaos spawn. I think they would quite handle Tides quite easily.
The spawn can absorb the damage on the way in
attacks
and still deal enough attacks. That's the problem.
And they can get through the high toughness as well.
Yeah.
Or anything that has a high chance of rending, I suppose. I think that about concludes it. Something like that.